Hello, I'm Noel McNaughton. You know, in our busy modern world, it's easy sometimes after we've lived a few decades to get into a sort of a personal vacuum. The institutions we grew up with, such as the church, we no longer hold in such high esteem. And we start to become disillusioned with old traditions and old belief systems way of doing things, and we have nothing to take their place. Now, what can happen? And this happens around midlife quite often, and it can help even trigger a midlife crisis, is what I call being shot with a sacred bullet. It's some life-altering event that shakes us to the core. It could be a serious accident where we're badly injured. It could be a death in the family or the death of a friend. It might be a divorce. It could be losing a job. Any traumatic emotional event that shakes us up and makes us look at our lives again. And the way to benefit, I'll say, from being shot by this sacred bullet is to form the intention to better ourselves. Now, the first and biggest step in this whole intention is to seek out and develop a spiritual connection with some higher power, however we understand that. And there are 3 steps to growing spiritually. The first is intention. We form the intention in our hearts to grow spiritually, to go on this spiritual path. The second step is action. We have to get our feet moving, as I call it. It may mean something such as taking personal and spiritual growth workshops. It might be having a spiritual coach, maybe joining a church. It might be something as simple as daily prayer and meditation, where we slow our breathing, calm our minds, and ask for, and then wait for, the useful information that could come to us from a different source than our normal self-talk. Now, one of the things that keeps us from growing personally and spiritually is our persona. It's that mask we put on when we're in different situations. We might have one persona in our work environment, we might have another one at home, we might have another one in social gatherings. And if we try to veer away from our personas, our friends and families will sometimes try to steer us back. They may not feel comfortable when we start to be our authentic selves. But have no doubt, our personas are prisons of our own making. So the way to get away from the persona and become more fully who we are is to focus internally on who we truly are, rather than trying to live up to the expectations of others. Now, I mentioned that spiritual growth is important, and that third step is surrender. We must surrender to some higher power, whatever we conceive of it, if we don't want our egos to keep running our lives. This is a crucial step in becoming the kind of men we were always meant to be, and to living more fulfilling and joyful lives as we get older.